Rachel McAlpine. I'm 85, and I've been learning how to be old from a group of complete strangers, lovely people who agreed to come on the podcast and tell me about their New Year's resolutions, if they made any, and maybe how they were going to find the time to do it, and how old they were. Then obviously I'm very interested in how different it might be for older people. Really older, not just 50 like our oldest person that I interviewed. And then obviously I'm very interested in how different New Year's resolutions might be for older people, because everything changes, doesn't it? By the way, it was a bit windy when I recorded these voices, and so the sound quality is not perfect, but what they say is perfect. So I asked everyone, did you make any New Year resolutions this year? And how are you going to find time to do these things? And how old are you?
No, I didn't make any. Not this year. We sort of had a very casual New Year's. We're on holiday from Australia, so we're in Wanganui, and we went to bed at like 10 p.m. We just had a quiet night, so this year we didn't make any. We did last year, so we believe in them, in sort of setting goals rather than like specific goals that you can sort of achieve, like something that you want to do in the year, rather than like more I don't know what you would call it exactly, but like more like philosophical ones about like overarching like life things. Yeah. I'm 33.
Interesting. So this first young woman and her partner were too relaxed to make any resolutions this year. That's lovely. And they reminded me about SMART goals for business. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So you know what you're aiming to achieve, and you know when you've got there. Very handy. Very different from the so-called usual resolutions about getting fit or losing weight, whatever, because those are the ones that people tend to drop on Tuesday. Did you make any New Year resolutions this year?
Yes, I did, actually. My goals are saving money this year and buying a house at the end of the year. Well, not in Wellington, but up home, up north. And then probably just get a closed book in the salon. Yeah. A hairdresser. Yeah. Yeah, so I got a budget advisor. So he sorts it out for me.
How are you going to manage your time to achieve that?
So I only work 4 days a week. I get 3 days off. So it just manages the time that I actually have with my family and with my friends and stuff. So it's a lifestyle. Yes. Yeah.
And how old are you?
I am 39, turning 40 this year. And I'm from up north.
Now, that's a very different take from this young hairstylist. The main resolution is saving money and buying a house in her hometown up north. Not a fluffy dream. No, because she's got a budget advisor, so I think she'll achieve that. Oh, I shouldn't keep calling everybody young just because they're younger than me. I think she's in her 30s, and that's old enough to have a handle on the world, that's for sure. Here's someone who says he's doing the usual resolutions of more exercise and mindfulness, but he's keeping the practice short and simple, like half an hour every day. Very sensible. Good move. How old are you?
I'm 42.
Did you make any New Year resolutions this year?
Yeah, not officially, not hard hard in stone, but I did make a few. Just usual health and well-being type of resolutions. Yes. Yeah. Just making sure I'm doing some sort of movement or exercise each day, even if it's just half an hour. Just doing something like yoga or going for a walk. Also practicing some mindfulness meditation. So yeah.
Here's someone who says he's doing the usual resolutions of more exercise and mindfulness, but he's keeping the practice short and simple, like half an hour every day. Very sensible. Good move. And so our fourth speaker is very positive about the value of New Year resolutions, and he's raring to go. It's not his first time he's got it sussed. Our resolutions are the big picture, but he's got a lot on his plate with his own creative projects. Overcomplicated things in past years. So he's keeping it simple. I like that.
Yep, certainly. I'm 29 years old.
Did you make any New Year resolutions this year?
Of course I did, yeah, absolutely. Every year I do. I've actually just moved to Wellington, so I'm, moving to a bigger city, and at 29, 30s are approaching pretty quick. And on the topic of this podcast, well, I feel that I'm looking to take on more responsibility, looking for, more professional work and that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's my New Year's resolution.
How are you going to manage your time to achieve that?
Yeah, well, time management has been one of the biggest challenges of my life. I mean, I'm a very creative person. I got a lot of various projects that I'm always working on, and I have to find time for all of that, but also a job as well. So yeah, balancing time, I think for me it's all a matter of routine. And to answer your earlier question about New Year's resolution, my one plan for this year is so simple: just get my dailies in and get my weeklies in, and then that's it. Yeah. Well, they're actually in my head, because in the past I've always overcomplicated, this is what I'm going to do in the new year. These are all the things I've got to do, X, Y, and Z. But this year I said, you know what? I'm just going to keep it really simple. I've got my, my 5 daily things to do, which is essentially my daily routine. So long as I hit that, those are the inputs for my various creative projects, my personal projects, my lifestyle. And then from there, it's just the rest is easy, I suppose.
So, now a musician, another person with creative talents crying out to be used. Yeah, more time and attention, please. He says there's always enough time, just how you use it. What does he plan to give up? I love it.
I'm 50 years old. I'm halfway through.
Did you make any New Year resolutions this year?
Yes, I have. My key New Year's, I've got a few, but my key New Year resolution is to use my talent to get to achieve the things I want to achieve. I'm a creator. I'm a musician. I make music, so I want to make more of my music and give it more attention.
How are you going to manage your time to achieve that?
Yeah, no, I think I've made decision to allocate time for my music. I feel like the past few years I've neglected my talent, so I've made a decision that I'm gonna allocate time for it. I don't know how I'm gonna find time, but I think time is there. It's not like there's no time. Time is there. It's just like how we use it, and I think I'm gonna try and use my time wisely.
Yes, so kind of you have to give up something, don't you?
Not necessarily. Probably give up procrastination. Because there's a lot of time that's get allocated to procrastination. Well, I mean, on my part, and I think that's the stuff I'm looking at giving up.
I'm 26.
Did you make any New Year resolutions this year?
I haven't started work or anything, so I think that I'm going to make them next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you going to manage your time?
I'm going to have my friends get together, and we're going to make like a vision board of what we want our year to look like. Yeah, and then make some goals and resolutions and things like that.
It sounds like fun. Doing the whole shebang with your friends. Nearly everything is better with friends, don't you reckon? On the other hand, some people just like to wing it.
Nah, not really. I'm just gonna kind of wing it and kind of see how it goes. Yeah, it's kind of my way to approach a lot of things. Just kind of see how it ends up.
Here come a couple more beautiful, thoughtful women. This morning has been pretty inspiring for me. It's been a parade of good people thinking about how they can be better. You gotta love it. Be better.
I'm 24. About to turn 25 in 2 months. So halfway to 50. I'm excited.
Did you make any New Year resolutions?
I had a lot of family responsibilities this year, so I didn't have the chance to yet. But I do have a lot of resolutions from the past years that haven't been fulfilled. So I'm just carrying on with those at the moment, just to be a better person and just stay true within myself, really. Nothing too big, but every year is always different. You know, we always grow, and so that always evolves into bigger meanings and bigger, so just that one, really. Sometimes you revert back to your not so good traits, and you kind of just have to sit there and be like, no, I think I understand what they're going through, or my reaction towards it anyway. So yeah, I just carry through that every day, every year.
Did you make any New Year resolutions this year?
I don't really have a particular resolution, but it's more just getting up there, getting a job, earning my own way. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on this year. Yeah, I really want to move out. I want to get my car sorted. So yeah, just really working on myself.
How are you going to manage your time to achieve that?
My family is really supportive of it, so they always make sure that I make time to do those things. So I'm really grateful for my family as well. Yeah, I have a big support system, which makes it even better, even easier for me to do the things I want to do.
Here's someone with some very wise observations about life and people and resolutions I learnt from her.
I made some kind of general wishes and kind of soft goals. I haven't really set times or dates like that on them, but just things I would maybe like to achieve. I think there's sometimes a lot of emphasis on goal setting, you want it to be measurable and timely, but I think that also adds pressure, and especially if it's kind of a goal where you want to, say, improve on your fitness or things like that, or maybe try something new. You don't know when that opportunity is going to present itself, so if you're setting a deadline on it, maybe you're going to miss that opportunity or just feel like you've not achieved the goal because the opportunity hasn't turned up at the right time. I think it probably depends whether you're more inclined to be a very organised person or kind of a go with the flow person, someone who prefers, I think construction versus gardening, kind of whether you just let things run wild or if you do it precisely to a plan. So different approaches will work for different people.
And how old are you?
I'm 35. I've been through a few different careers, lived in a few different cities, and I guess many more to go.
So that's learning how to be old. The lessons I got from young people, because 50, the oldest person, is still pretty young compared with me. Now, it's only fair that I answer those 3 questions myself, isn't it? I'm no wiser about this than you are. But of course I do have my own ideas, so you want to hear them? Won't take long. How old am I? You know that. It's very handy being born in a year that ends in a 0, don't you think? That means that in 2026, I'm going to be turning 86 quite soon. Yep. Have I made any New Year's resolutions this year? No, I don't think I ever have done that. Can't remember. I'm all into keeping track of my projects and, tweaking my lifestyle here and there, but I do little bits any time of the year. Okay, I reckon it's that word resolution that I do not like very much. To me, if you resolve to do something, you're gonna do it. You're determined and it needs willpower. I don't know whether willpower's actually got anything to do with achievement. If I want to do something, change something, I'm very easy on myself. And for me anyway, it means it's more likely to happen. I know, that's linguistic nitpicking. But what can I say? I'm a writer. Of course I'm interested in words and because they do stuff to you. Anyway, you know all that. You take it all for granted. You might not be talking about it, but you know perfectly well that with this thing, I'm getting a bit sick of saying New Year resolutions. You do it your way. You do you. You do you. Yeah, you might do the vision and the SMART goals, or you might just wing it. That's fine. Makes sense. But I haven't said a word really about how New Year resolutions might be different for old people. That's because I don't know. I mean, I didn't ask any old people. What was wrong with me? I really don't know. I've got some suspicions. One thing, by the way, is that there is plenty of time to change something if you want to. It's never too early, and I won't say it's never too late, because sometimes it is, but that's down the track, way down the track, after you've stopped listening to podcasts. I suspect that resolutions, if you used to do them, might be something that you toss aside in old age. Nah, can't be bothered, done that, been there. That might happen because when you're old, you tend to be a little bit more honest with yourself sometimes and more true to yourself, less likely to be worried about what you should be doing. Well, can't I finally do what I want to do? Yep. And if you don't want to change your habits, frankly, it's not going to happen. Obviously, old age brings constraints, physical constraints, mental, financial constraints on what you might resolve to do. I'm not going to be climbing Everest. No, never again. Haven't ever done it, actually. Sore knees, not for me, but less energy. Yeah, our aims are different. Fair enough. But are you over 70? I would love to know if you made any of these jolly things, what they were. If not, why not? You've got your reasons. How can you actually make comments on a podcast? Well, you can do it. An easy place is on YouTube. Obviously, there's room for comments. writeinToLife.com/podcast. Talk to me, would be nice. Meantime, Happy New Year. Here's to those resolutions of yours, whether they work or don't work, who cares? You've already done something good. If you've even had a little think about it, that's my opinion. Yeah, that's all. I'm done. If you know somebody who might like this episode or dislike it, do share it with them. Because they won't find it otherwise. Thanks for listening or watching. Bye for now.